right. Hello, Internet. Welcome back to another episode of SnowCraft, my modded Minecraft Let's Play Survival series. All right. In this episode today, we will be going to Venus. We do also have the asteroids still to do, but we're going to go to Venus and complete the triumvirate of building space stations or outposts on each of the different planets that we have access to. Now, of course, the downside to Venus is that your armor will steadily take damage from the corrosive nature of the atmosphere. However, thanks to Tinker's construct, my armor is unbreakable. So I shouldn't have to worry as much about... Oh, I did, however, forget I have to upgrade my thermal padding. I forgot to do that. Welp, we'll have to get out of here right away then. That's fine though. We've got our space box as planned. Alright. Space box. Down. Where's my waystone? I didn't bring a waystone. A better idea? Just real quick, let's get this quantum ring going. We don't need that. We do need that. We need that. So we need... Because I just need a waystone real quick so I can get out of here and get my thermal padding sorted out. Alright, we'll get that in there. Here comes the acid rain. Which, you know, fortunately is not actually hurting my armor. We just gotta get this up and running. Okay, it should be good. And now we've got this up, so we can get our waystone. There's the waystone. Put that down. Venus. Done. Grab that. Everything else can stay here. And we're going back home. Alright, yeah, so that was my fault. I completely forgot that I needed to upgrade my thermal protection going to Venus. That's what happens when you get in a hurry and you want to do a big dramatic start to your episode. So we need to do is we need to make this set the tier 2. Because we currently have the tier 1, so we need the tier 2. In order to make the tier 2, we need to make the Isothermal Fabric, and in order to make that, we need the thermal cloth and Desh ingots. Now, I believe I already have thermal cloth in here. Yes, so we have everything we need there, so we can just go ahead and encode that. And we'll go ahead and throw it into our assembler over here. Pull off the current stuff and go throw this all into the recycler. That's why I have this hopper here on top. Doesn't look like we're going to get anything out of this, but we can't use it for anything else, so we might as well get rid of it. And if we can get a couple of resources out of it, then that's a good thing. We'll just check on that in a little bit. Alright, so we need a full set of this, which is what, 27, I believe? Eight, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24, 24. And I don't have enough thermal cloth. So it wasn't that I had thermal cloth in the system, taught it how to make thermal cloth. It was that I had already had some thermal cloth in the system. So we need to teach it how to make thermal cloth, which is easy enough. That in there. All right, now here we go. Let that crank away at that for a little while. Yeah, nothing. All right, that's fine. So one thing that was kind of suggested at one point was that I do a hardcore Minecraft series. And at the time, I was like, nah, no. You know, I die way too easy. It's just done. Yeah, it's not going to be interesting. Nobody's going to want to watch it. But then I was thinking about it a little bit more, and I think I might. But I'm not going to do it like this, where it's a YouTube series, because, again, I feel like I'm going to die really quick. And if I did it as a YouTube series, I would just die, and then the series would be over. And that would be the end of it. So I was thinking about it a little bit, and I think the way to do it is actually going to be to do it as a Twitch stream. So if that is something that you're interested in, you want to head on over to twitch.tv/SillySnowFox. Hit the follow button there and watch for those streams to go live. And if you can't catch the streams going live, and in fact, there's a very good chance that by the time this video goes live, I'll already have done a few streams. So you will be seeing the VODs popping up here on my YouTube channel. So if that's something, you can always just watch it there. But if you can, I do appreciate heading on over to the Twitch channel and showing some support there as well. Oh, and also, I don't believe I showed this off already, but the villager that I had here already, the farming for blockhead villager, ran off somewhere early on in the series and died, and I don't know what happened to him. So the market stall was just sitting here unoccupied for a long time. And I finally decided to build a better stall, basically. So now we have this actual like market stall here with an actual little roof, and you know, I just feel like it looks really nice and kind of fits together really well. And of course, I've got a new villager named Swap-O-Matic this time. So you can't actually use this market. You don't need the villager because you can just click on the market and you'll get it, or you can click on the villager. Either one will get you that market window. But it looks better having the villager there. Plus, it adds a little bit more, you know, a little bit more structure to my area here. So, all right, now that we are properly thermally insulated, we can now go back to Venus and actually build something instead of just real quick throwing together some blocks. Oh, and you've probably noticed here, I have a way shrine for a space station. I spent a little bit of time building myself a space station. It's not terribly interesting. I was going to give you guys do a time lapse for the space station build, but I couldn't get replay mod to work. It's having fits lately, so but I'll show you around a little bit. So I have this main room here, which is it's got the airlock that goes out into space proper, the tank right there that's obviously connected to my oxygen system back in the overworld, and then the tubing that runs to each of the rooms with airlock doors in between each room. So the system is isolated, where each room has its own atmosphere. I have a oxygen compressor set up in here. Here's the sealer that's providing air for this room. ME system that's connected up to everything. And if I go in here, we have the actual ME link chamber, as well as some more components and everything all set up. We have the walkway that's running power everywhere. Just decided to do it this way instead of using the flux ducts, because it fits in better with the theming. And of course, there's the sealer for this room. We go back over here. This room is pretty much just empty. Not really sure what to put in here. I don't have anything that needs to go in here, kind of a thing. I think if this was a if I was playing on a multiplayer server, this would probably be where I'd put my like actual base type stuff, you know, have my bed in here and storage system and all that. But it can stay in the overworld. And then in here I have something that is mostly just for decoration. It's a little greenhouse. So I've got a bunch of trees in here. We have an O2 collector running in here. And it's feeding into the ender tank. This is a different ender tank, so it's a different link than the other one. So this is just going back to the overworld, and then the oxygen that's being collected here is going into the black hole tank, and then from the black hole tank, it's being pulled out and pumped into the other one. So, but yeah, and it's you know, glass all the way around, so you get these nice, you know, really cool view of space and all that. I do know that there is a way to make some like artificial gravity in your space station using some thrusters, and I tried that, and it doesn't really seem like it does anything for moving around. Like, you can move around just fine without having it there. The only thing is that it, you know, you float around a little bit. Putting the thrusters on doesn't seem to change the floating around thing, and it just makes the starfield spin, which makes me dizzy. You know, it just makes this starfield out here spin, and it just makes me dizzy. So I'm not going to use it. And again, this is one of those things that I don't really have a reason for it. Like, it's cool, it's neat, but I don't really have a reason to build it, and I don't have a real reason to come up here. It's one of those things that it's one of those things in this mod, in the Galacticraft mod, that could be super awesome. Maybe a pack designer who's really skilled could use this whole space station thing as like your base. Like, this is where you spawn when you start, and you have to go from your space station, and you have to go down there into the overworld and collect resources, and then bring them back up here to your station or something like that. I don't know. I have no idea how one would go about building something like that. But anyway, that is what is on the space station. So now we're going to go back to Venus, which is, you know, a lovely shade of yellow. And there's the storm again. So now we need to let this thing reconnect. Wireless attached. Boosters in there. I'll need that all back for the overworld. All right, so the objective on Venus is actually the same as the objective in the other, the various other planets, where we need to go out and we need to find ourselves a dungeon, go through the dungeon, find the boss, kill the boss, open the chest at the end, and then we're looking for, what we're looking for in this case is actually the shield controller, which allows us to explore the Venus without worrying about taking damage to our armor when it's doing this acid rain stuff. But, you know, as you can tell, my armor is not affected by this, and I actually have modifiers available on my armor. Huh. I wonder how that happened. But yeah, so we don't really need it. Like, I mean, I'm going to do it just for completeness sake, but it's not something that's like vital. So, but before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and build myself my traditional little house here on Venus. And then once I have that built, we will be heading out for everything else. Now, the only downside is that, you know, considering we've got acid rain, I don't think I can use my normal wood, my wood, you know, housing that I've been building everything else out of. Pretty sure I'm going to have to use something that's a little bit more durable. So, we'll see. We'll see what I come up with here in just bring you back here in just a second. Alrighty, so like I said, I decided that you can't really have wood and all those natural substances on a planet that's got literal acid rain coming from the sky all the time. So I decided that instead I would take a page from my factory itself, and we'd go with something a little bit more industrial. So I've got bricks for my walls, and then for the roof I have the same plating, same kind of sloppy plating that I used for the roof of the factory. And this is a little bit more of a boring industrial type building where it's you know, a box. It's also, as you can tell, a lot smaller than any of the other buildings are. I still have my megatorch though. We have our oxygen compressor, which is filling up my tank for me, and my sealer. I did throw a thermal controller in here, but it doesn't seem like it's needed because my control is actually not applicable at the moment. So I don't know if that's because I'm wearing... Let's see. Yeah, see, it does. It says thermal control not applicable, but I'm also not overheating. Well, see, now it's going up. Okay, so it is actually doing something. It's just not showing here, so I'm not really sure what's up with that. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, so the thing to do now is to head out into this hostile Venusian environment and see if we can't find ourselves a dungeon. As you can see, kind of a, you know, very boring, practical, industrial build. I thought about putting the same kind of like rain gutters that I have on the factory in the overworld, but I don't think that it's actually going to be... The sulfur rain from that Venus is giving you, it doesn't seem like something that would be as necessary to sloosh off. Like, it just feels like it would evaporate right away because of how hot it is. Is that lava? It's lava. It's also deep. All right, yeah. So we're gonna head out here into the landscape and see if we can't find ourselves a dungeon. You know, and I'm thinking about it. If you guys happen to know of any mod packs out there that use Galacticraft heavily, other than SevTech, because I know about SevTech and I can't get through the early game of SevTech. Maybe I'll try it again. Maybe we'll try that after this one. But If you guys know of any mod packs that use Galacticraft, because I feel like this is a really cool concept for a mod, and it really needs to be explored better. The problem is that once you get to these planets, there's not really much to do on them, and especially the end game planets like Venus here, there's not really anything to do here. Other than just find the dungeon and kill the dungeon, or kill the boss and get the shield controller, and woo, now you have a shield controller. But yeah, if you happen to know about any mod packs that actually make use of this mod, let me know. Anyway, yeah, if you happen to know of any mod packs that actually use Galacticraft, let me know. I would like to explore them. Alright, I'm pretty sure we got a dungeon over here. It looks pretty distinctively like a dungeon entrance there on the mini-map. Yes, that is a dungeon. Alright, let me grab my shield, even though I don't use it as much as I should. And we're gonna go on in. What? This isn't... Oh, weird. Here we go. Boss time. Spider. Oh, that's creepy as hell. The fuck? Oh, it's gonna poop little ones on me, isn't it? You can come back down now so I can kill you? That's just disturbing. Hey, we got some Infernium essence. Is it gonna scream too? There's the explosions finally. That's just weird. Venus Dungeon Brick 1. Venus Dungeon Brick 2. Somebody ran out of clever names for things. Alright, let's see what we got in here. No. We got some more music discs, which is kind of nice, but we do not have the shield controller. So we leave and we go and check out. See if we can't find another dungeon. Huh. This looks... Scorched Venus rock. Ore and stuff. Crashed probe. Oh, cool. Just has some resources in it. I don't really need the resources. What happens if I break you? I got a radiation symbol. Radioisotope core. What is this for? This is for making an atomic battery, which is infinite but has a low energy output. Huh. Yeah, neat, I guess. Alright, anyway. On to keep finding, see if we can find another dungeon. Alright, there's another dungeon. In we go. Plop. Web string. Oh, it just disappears if you break it. Alrighty, time to fight some more spider. And it's so weird too that like the boss bar, it's nowhere close to being empty, and yet the boss is exploding. I don't understand sometimes. Alright, let's see if we get lucky in this chest. Hey, there we go. Shield controller. Also some Dash boots and Dash pants. Which, that stuff has a lot of durability. For being effectively vanilla. But, alright, now we have the shield controller. We go ahead and put that on. Protects armor from all forms of damage, including atmospheric corrosion. And now, we also have this really cool visual effect over our armor, which is really difficult to see in this hallway, so let's go back out here into the boss room. Now we can see this really cool visual effect that my armor has with the shield controller on it. Isn't that neat? Alright, well, that's basically all we have to do here on Venus, so we're going to head back to the back to our outpost and then back to the overworld. See you guys there. Oh, don't mind me, just casually carrying around a rocket ship. You know, like you do. That's so stupid. Alright guys, so that leaves us with just one more place to go and explore out there in the solar system. And that, of course, is the actual asteroids. And honestly, there really isn't much to do with the asteroids, because it's just... they're just asteroids, like... But yeah, that's pretty close to the end of what I actually have planned for and would like to accomplish with this particular series. I know some of you out there are probably going to want to get your hands on this pack yourselves, and even on this world that I've got here for you, and I'd love to share it with you guys, to be honest, but I don't know how to export the pack that I have. All of the tutorials about how to export a pack to upload it to CurseForge are all for the CurseForge launcher, which I don't have and can't use. So I'm using MultiMC. So if somebody knows how to export from MultiMC into a way that I can then share the pack with other people, please let me know. Tell me down in the comments. Send me link me a tutorial on Twitter. You can get me. I'm at SillySnowFox on Twitter. Let me know, and I will happily share this pack and this world with you guys. But without that, I really can't. The only other thing that we have left to do is to go to the asteroids. And there really isn't anything to do in the asteroids. In Venus, at least, we had a dungeon where we could go and find ourselves a shield controller. Well, we've done that. We've been to Venus. We've gotten a shield controller. There's not really anything left to do with Galacticraft. And I don't have any end game type mods or ideas for mods or anything that we can do. So the next episode that you guys see is probably going to be going to the asteroids and just kind of taking a look around, poking around a little bit. We'll probably build something once we get to the asteroids, because that's kind of just what we do. And then that'll be it. That'll be the end of the series. This isn't going to be the end of me on YouTube, but this will be the end of the SnowCraft series. So if you have any suggestions for future mod packs that I can play through, let me know down in the comments. If you guys can't think of anything, I might just pick up Omnifactory again. I started playing that. There is one episode of it currently up on my channel as of the recording of this video, but frankly, I got bored with it. I don't like packs. I've discovered this about myself. I don't like packs where they tinker with starting level or entry level recipes and make them ridiculously difficult for no real reason. Right? Like, let me make a chest by putting wood in a circle, right? Like don't make it so that I have to have like 18 different steps just to make a basic chest. It's the problem I have with SevTech too. But yeah, so if you guys have any suggestions for packs that you'd like to see me take a look at, please let me know down in the comments. Make sure that you're hitting that like button on these videos themselves. Subscribe, because you don't want to miss the end of this series, and you don't want to miss the beginning of whatever series comes after this. And of course, as always, love you guys. Thank you so much for watching these videos. I really appreciate the support that you guys have given me. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. There is one more left. Don't worry. There is one more left. I look forward to seeing you in that episode. Until then, have yourselves a wonderful day, a wonderful evening. Whatever time of day it happens to be for you, I hope it's going well for you. Until then, happy Minecrafting.